Right, so on these exhaust manifolds, we now have V-bands, as I said before. We did have these things, I'll show you. Now, you can see where they used to leak. Always used to just blow exhaust gaskets. I sealed them, tried bolting them. You can see there, it's got rock. They never had a chance in sealing. Only thing is, obviously, with the V-bands being welded off the system, there's a little bit of worry that maybe nothing's going to line up again. But first are not great. We are touching in a few places. Oh, that's a little bit better. What are we touching? Touching the bottom of that frame. Let's have a look at the other side. She's all back together. Right, let's see if this one's going to give us a jipper in. Oh, that one. Pretty much straight on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the engine on the gearbox mount and dip this end down, because it's what we've got is this flexi is fouling on the chassis. So rather running a little bit more less angle than we used to. So we'll put another 1/2 degree in it and see what we can do. Scheiße. As you know, I have been messing around with these exhaust manifolds and the original exhausts that we fitted on the truck before. Now, for some reason, with all the messing around and reinforcing the chassis, I think mainly a big part of it was moving this brake booster, because we had to move it inside all this box section. So we actually moved it backwards about 30 centimetres, and it's now fouling the exhaust, which is a bit of a bummer because it's a really nice system. So I think the plan of action is to drop the exhaust sections off, leave the headers on, just undoing one of the V-bands, get the rest of the truck assembled, and then mock up this exhaust, see where we're at, and we'll probably pop around to Carl's workshop, pop it up on the ramp, and do a few cut, twists and turns and just modify it to make it all look lovely and match up again. It's never simple. Hey, how are we doing? Right, talking about brake lines. So, we've got the original brake lines down here that we put on a while ago. Now, because the truck's been messed about with and we've been doing welding and cutting, obviously the brake lines have been bent around and nipped in a few places, so I'm just going to replace them all, just for safety. Better safe than not. So I've picked up some bits this morning, some new brake line. This is not your standard copper, it's the better stuff. It's a bit stronger, a bit more robust. I imagine it can be a little bit harder to work with, but it looks nice. And then a load of unions, and also a load of P-clips to fasten them all down. Right, let's crack on. busy getting the chassis ready for the cab to go back on. Just all fiddly, little annoying detail stuff. So brake lines, wiring, tidy up, little connections, nuts and bolts that just needed doing. They're easy to do now while it's up in the air. But now that's all done, it's ready to pop on the floor. Right, let's get this thing back on its wheels. Let's go. Drive shafts here. Woohoo! Just went to pick it up. So they have popped in the UJ in there for me. Because the old one had a bit of play. And rebalanced it, which involves spinning it on a big machine and welding on little plates to make it run true. Let's bring it back in. In she goes. So this bolts up to the transmission with this 4-bolt end flange. It's my adapter. Do a bit of Loctite, bit of thread lock. Do not want this thing coming undone. Okay, I've got it sat quite low, but what I want to do before I put it on the floor is just see what twist we've got in the chassis. So before we started all this, we had corner to corner approximately 20 centimetres of lift before the other side would lift off the axle stand. That's because originally the chassis was, a lot of it was riveted together and it's designed to have a lot of flex and give. They were designed to be an agricultural vehicle as well as a pickup, so you could sort of use it as a farming vehicle, drive over a plough field and everything would give and stretch so it's not to break anything. So let's have a look and see what we've achieved. .58 top of bumper. Let's have a look. Oh, already moving. God, what's that then? That's like 2 centimetres. We've gone from 20 centimetres to 2 centimetres of twist diagonally across the chassis. That is incredible. Right, I'm just going to check that off the front. So, originally, we're back to pretty much where we said. 68 centimetres. And again, there was 15 centimetres across the bumper, corner to corner, before the rear lifted off the axle stand. That's so rigid, it's not even twisting, it's just lifting it all up. Amazing. Wow. .72 before it starts to lift that corner. where before that corner would stay down and the other one would lift. So again, nearly 15 centimetres of twist taken out of it. It's going to be like a different truck. Right, let's get it back on the floor. Right, let's take a look. Angle, bag fully down. Next up, brake bleeding. So, because I've replaced all the brake pipes, there's no brake fluid in it, so no brakes. To rectify that, I'm going to fill the master cylinder up, which is just in between those rails. Normally you'd have someone in the car pumping the brake. We don't have a car, so I can pump the brake on my own. And one at a time I'll put a little hose on each bleed nipple, on each wheel cylinder or disc caliper, and just pump the fluid through, just to get the worst of it out. And then once the car's all built up, we'll get 2 man on the job and we'll just get any fine little bubbles out. But the reservoir's a bugger to get to because it's right under the cab floor. So if I can do the worst of it now, that'll make life a lot easier later. Let's crack on. Okay, so we've got drive shaft in, the brakes all bled up and no leaks straight off the bat, happy days. So we're pretty much ready to pop the cab on. I'm just waiting for my buddy to pop over with his forklift truck and we can reunite the two. Right, time to put these two together. on. The cab is on the truck. Check it out. Happy days. Also, on the other project, the Volvo 245, just driving that daily at the moment and ordering up some bits. The Caddy's sold, going tomorrow. Wife's not particularly convinced that selling the decent modern car and replacing it with an old Volvo is the correct thing to do. But we're going for it anyway. It's happening. It's done. The deal is done. It's sold. The good news is that then frees up cash to spend on the Volvo. On a quick sneak peek while I've got you here. I did get some headers turn up. First bit for the Volvo. Ooh, shiny. So yeah, little sneak peek there. Another box just turned up as well. We'll see what that is. Cool. Like, subscribe, share, do the thing. Cheers, man.